So, imagine you are pacing a massive auditorium stage. You are completely alone in the room, but a camera is just seamlessly following your every move.
Yeah, and it's instantly adjusting the exposure the second the sun dips behind the cloud.
Exactly. And there is no camera crew. So, welcome to today's deep dive, where we are looking at the robotic brain making that possible. We are pulling from the specs of the Bolin technology B2-210W Blue Line PTZ camera.
Specifically the white model, right?
Right, the white model, which sits at $795. And our mission today is to figure out exactly how this hardware bridges the gap between like a basic webcam and a full professional broadcast studio.
Because, I mean, whether you're outfitting a corporate conference room or a university lecture hall or a house of worship, the goal is always to capture professional 1080p 60 HD video.
But most of these organizations just don't have the budget for a live camera operator.
Right, they can't hire personnel to just stand there and track the action.
Okay, so let's unpack this, starting with the camera's eyes. It uses a 12.8-inch, 2.13 megapixel CMOS sensor.
Which, for context, is way bigger than what you'd find on a standard laptop webcam.
Right, which is why you always look so grainy in a dimly lit room on a laptop. A larger sensor actually physically gathers more light.
And when you combine that with a 10x optical zoom,
And a 16x digital zoom, right?
yeah, 16x digital. So you have serious optical reach. And that light gathering capability is exactly why its 2D and 3D noise reduction technology actually, works.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like when you are in a notoriously dark environment like a sanctuary or an old theater, the processor analyzes the pixels and actively smooths out the visual static.
Without blurring the subject, obviously.
Exactly.
But, well, the optics are really just the baseline. A standard fixed webcam is basically a bored security guard staring blankly at a wall.
Yeah, if you step out of frame, you were just gone.
Right. But the Bolin utilizes an AI-powered face analytical engine. Think of it less like a tiny human operator and more like a fighter jet locking onto a target.
That is a great analogy.
It isolates the specific contrast of a human face from the background noise of a busy room to maintain smart focus and exposure.
What's fascinating here is why that specific AI integration changes the whole dynamic for the presenter.
How so?
Well, in a complex lighting environment, say a room with heavy backlighting from a window, you don't have to manually adjust the iris or the white balance as the lighting shifts.
Oh, the AI just handles it.
Right, the AI calculates those exposure changes in real time. You just focus entirely on delivering your presentation.
That is wild. But all that high-definition AI tracking requires a massive amount of data to be sent out in real time.
Yeah, which directly dictates the physical design of the camera's mechanics and outputs.
Right, because this is a PTZ, meaning pan, tilt, zoom. And it's built on this highly durable aluminum gimbal that moves incredibly quietly.
Which is super important for live audio.
Definitely. You get a panning range of plus or minus 170 degrees and a tilting range of plus or minus 90 degrees.
It can literally follow you almost anywhere in a room without the audio of the motors bleeding into your presentation space.
I do have to challenge this setup, though.
Okay, let's hear it.
If that AI is constantly tracking a face like a fighter jet, what happens in a crowded classroom if someone accidentally walks between the presenter and the lens? Doesn't the camera get confused and track the wrong person?
To address the tracking first, the face analytical engine is actually programmed to prioritize the primary subject it locks onto.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, which drastically reduces those jarring jumps if someone briefly crosses the frame.
Okay, that makes sense. But looking at the back, it is loaded with outputs. You've got USB-C 2.0, an RJ45 port for IP, and HDMI. For someone just running a Zoom meeting, isn't all of that massive overkill?
Well, regarding the ports, if we connect this to the bigger picture, that connectivity is really its superpower.
Because you aren't meant to use every port all the time.
Exactly. Say you plug the USB into your laptop for a standard Zoom call. You can simultaneously use that RJ45 IP port, meaning you plug it directly into your network router. So the camera acts as its own independent broadcasting computer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you can dual stream a high-quality live feed straight to the internet while still on your Zoom call.
That is amazing. So the hardware scales up depending on the complexity of your event. And regarding that RJ45 network port, the specs mention it supports PoE plus A, which stands for Power over Ethernet.
Right.
That means you are running one single network cable that handles both the data stream to the internet and the electrical power for the camera itself.
Exactly. It makes the physical installation incredibly clean because you don't need an electrician to come out and install a power outlet right next to the mounting bracket.
Oh, that saves so much hassle.
Definitely. You also get a 3.5 millimeter mic or line input to embed audio directly into your video feed. And if you have a complex stage setup, you can program up to 255 preset camera positions using a serial controller. Or, if you want to keep it simple, you can save 6 presets directly onto the included IR remote.
So you are basically getting the durable aluminum housing of a robotic broadcast camera paired with AI tracking and simultaneous multi-platform streaming for $795.
It really brings professional tier broadcast capabilities to spaces that traditionally could never afford them.
Which leaves you with this to think about. As AI-powered robotic cameras become this highly accessible and capable of tracking our every move seamlessly without a human operator, how will the physical design of our future classrooms and meeting spaces change?
It's a huge shift.
Right. What happens to the layout of a room when the camera is no longer tied to a single fixed perspective?